Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Wuyi Agmofwegbe. President Bola Tinubu has urged universities to partner industries and entrepreneurs in their researches in order to commercialize their ideas. Speaking at the 43rd convocation ceremony of the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Kaduna State, the president, who was represented by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, noted that Nigerian universities have contributed immensely to research and development, hence the need for them to partner industries and entrepreneurs in their researches, stating that universities are known for research and innovations, which provides the necessary ingredients for development of societies. Vice President Kashim Shettima has debunked claims that the federal government is planning to relocate some federal agencies and institutions to Lagos. He was speaking through his political advisor, Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed, at the 10th Ahmadu Bello Annual Memorial Lecture, which held in Maiduguri, Borno State capital. The Vice President said there is no truth in the rumor of purported plans by the federal government to relocate agencies and institutions out of Abuja beyond effecting administrative changes that will not put any part of Nigeria at a disadvantage. No fewer than 4.6 million permanent voter cards, PVCs, have been collected by voters for the February rerun and by-elections, and that is according to a document posted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on its X handle. It is believed that 2,189,171 PVCs were collected by voters for the by-elections, while 2,424,026 PVCs were collected for the rerun elections. No fewer than 8,500 bimodal voters authentication system beavers and over 35,000 ad hoc staff would be deployed for the exercise. The federal government and Niger State government have reiterated commitments to ensuring feed security, aiming to drive down feed inflation. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, and Governor Mohammed Bago of Niger State stated this in Abuja. Kyari noted that Bago's visit was an attestation to the strong alliance and synergy the ministry is motivated to build between the federal and state governments to ensure food security and agricultural growth in Nigeria. He further said that it is a fact that the agricultural sector in Niger had witnessed outstanding accomplishments since the inception of Bago's administration. The federal government's efforts to attain local vaccine production and reduce dependence on imported ones have been significantly boosted with the launch of the National Plan for Vaccine Research and Development and Local Production. Tunji Alausa, Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, while highlighting the anticipated significance of the project in facilitating the operationalization of vaccine development, emphasized that it would provide a blueprint for the entire process of vaccine production within the country. Alausa observed that the national plan was meticulously crafted through an innovative bottom-up methodology, ensuring that the results of the efforts will be highly beneficial in complementing the national vaccine policy. Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has rejected the call by acting national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, to join the ruling party. Yusuf's reaction came barely 24 hours after Kano APC stakeholders in their majority resolved to reconcile with the Kwankwasia movement. At the end of the APC stakeholders meeting in Kano State last Thursday, Ganduje reaffirmed the acceptance of the Supreme Court verdict of Femi Yusuf's victory. Reacting to Ganduje, the Director General, Media and Publicity to the Kano State Governor, Sanusi Tofa, stated that Governor Yusuf's rejection of the call. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Marwa, retired, has charged men and officers of the agency to shun any enticement that conflicts with the ethos of their profession as anti-narcotic operatives. Marwa gave the charge in Jos Plateau State during the graduation ceremony of members of the Strike Force Elite Corps in the agency urging them to be mindful that the event is a milestone in their professional career, and the agency said the specialized training and the skills acquired will enhance their competence in the special role that will be playing for the anti-drug agency in the war against illicit substance. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has suspended the license of Martini Airline Services Limited, the private jet operator whose aircraft had overshot the runway on Friday at the Ibadan airport. The private jet had 10 persons on board before it overshot the runway as firefighters and rescue officials from the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, were immediately deployed to the scene. The NCAA declared in a statement that the license suspension was with immediate effect pending the outcome of the investigations into the incident. The regulatory body announced its intention to conduct a comprehensive safety and economic audit of all private jet operations in Nigeria, emphasizing its commitment to ensuring the highest standards in the aviation sector. You're watching Media News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTimes, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. When Media News returns, UN sacks workers linked to Hamas attack on Israel. The news continues shortly with details of this and more stories for you right after this short break. Please do stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the Media News with Thuya Agmofwebe. On the foreign scene, China's Vice Foreign Minister has met his North Korean counterpart in Pyongyang on Friday, with the nuclear-armed states accelerating its weapons testing and threat towards Seoul in recent months. Beijing is North Korea's biggest economic benefactor and a traditional ally, and leader Kim Jong-un has sought to shore up his country's relationship with China while intensifying his aggressive rhetoric towards the South. The weapons test and Kim's designation of Seoul earlier this month as the North's principal enemy raised tensions in the region and led South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol to pull closer to long-standing ally Washington. The United States has also warned of growing and dangerous military ties between Pyongyang and Moscow, calling on Beijing to restrain the North. The United Nations Relief Agency operating in Gaza has said that Israel had accused some of its staff of being involved in the October 7 attacks and that their contracts would be immediately terminated. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency Commissioner General Filipe Lazzarini said Israel authorities provided the agency with what he called information alleging several efforts of its employees participated in Hamas's murderous rampage into the southern Israel when the militant group killed at least 1,200 people and abducted more than 250 others. Lazzarini stated that the decision had been taken to protect the agency's ability to deliver humanitarian assistance, adding that any UNRWA employee who was involved in acts of terror will be held accountable, including through criminal prosecution. Let's talk some business now. The federal government has restated its commitment to enhancing Nigeria's participation in the global technology trade over the next 4 years. Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, stated this at the closing of the 11th meeting of the National Council on Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy held at the Coronation Hall, Government House in Kano State. He said the primary goal of the present administration under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu is to enhance the nation's participation in the global technology trade over the next 4 years. The federal government has stated that there's need to ensure strict regulation of tobacco industry in accordance with the country's legislation and global best practices. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Passe, disclosed this recently in Lagos at the formal launch of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission Tobacco Control Advocacy Campaign, tagged Don't Burn Their Future. Patte was represented at the event by the chairman of the Tobacco Control Unit, Federal Ministry of Health, Dr. Malao Toma, who noted that for every $1 a country gains from tobacco, $3 more would be expended on healthcare costs as a result of its ill effects. Let's stay in Lagos now, where the state government has launched the Electronic Geographic Information Systems, also called EGIS, a platform where residents can apply, search, and verify land titles across the states online before purchasing. This was disclosed by Governor Sanwo-Olu on Friday on his X handle, where he stated that the EGIS platform digitized access on all matters pertaining to land in the state. According to the governor, the launch of the EGIS platform represents a radical shift in the application for land titles from the old manual paper methods to a digital platform where anyone can now access the data relating to all lands across the states. He noted that the new initiatives remove the need of middlemen and agents in the land title application process. Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Gangadharan Balabusemeyan, disclosed on Friday that 150 Indian companies have so far invested $27 billion in Nigeria. He disclosed this in Abuja at a dinner to mark the 75th Republic Day of India. The envoy noted that India and Nigeria enjoyed strong and historical relations, with the ties dating back to before Nigeria's independence. He added that owing to special relationship between the two countries, India had visited Nigeria as a guest country during her presidency of G20. The Poultry Association of Nigeria, PAN, has expressed distress over the closure of more than 50% of its farms in 2023, attributing the shutdowns to sectoral challenges. Mojeed Yola, chairman of the PAN Lagos State chapter, revealed this during an interview with the news agency of Nigeria in Lagos. Yola highlighted that poultry farmers faced difficulties in meeting the increasing demand for poultry products due to the closure of a significant portion of their farms. According to Yola, sustained government interventions at all levels, particularly in subsidizing feed inputs, are essential for the prosperity of the sector. And time to look at sports for you. Leicester City forward Kelechi Iheanacho is in line to make his first appearance at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations for Nigeria when they take on Cameroon in the round of 16 clash at the Stade Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium on Saturday. Iheanacho, who has recovered from a thigh injury that made him a major injury doubt for the AFCON, was an unused substitute for Nigeria during the group stages of the competitions, a decision which feared rumors that he was in the bad books of coach Jose Peseiro. Several online reports said that the Leicester City striker had been frozen out of the squad by Peseiro after he disrespected the Portuguese coach during one of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers last November. And that's it on the media news, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using a Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Uyag Mofwegwe. Thank you especially for watching. I'll see you again at 3 o'clock with News Cycle.